I started this, I don't know, sometime last year, and I got fairly well along with it. And of course, it's a very simple kind of project. But because of the structural issues with this particular piece of wood, it got a little more complicated. So, for one thing, instead of trying to tap out a slot, I came up with this dowel thing. It was one dowel, but in the end it broke, but it makes no difference that it broke. So that goes in there like that, and then that goes in there like that. And then I picked out this little shredded fat carbon offcut to make a bolster. It's actually just wide enough to go that way. And yeah, that's just kind of as far as I got. Also, I wanted to sort out some black epoxy, and I now have the makings for black epoxy. So I thought that filling the voids with black would look pretty cool. But now I realize, well, the thing is, I should really remove some more of this now before I start filling, because otherwise it's just going to be, have that much more to remove later. So I thought I would do a little bit of carving on this. And this is really tough stuff to carve. Also, if you soak it, it tends to crack and what have you. It doesn't really respond well. So this part here is very hard, and this part here is kind of punky. But this William Collins knife is awesome. Gerst's a lefty, so I gotta gotta start holding it in the left hand to check the comfort. That's kind of a joke. So that's pretty close to where I want to get to now. Here's why I figured better to do all the epoxy in one go, not try and fill it first and then work on it and put it together. Because, of these holes. I'm sure there was a knot, yeah, there are a couple of good ones. So if I use black epoxy, when I put it all together. I'm going to leave that side now and move on to the bolster. So here's a kiridashi that Gerst sent me, the man himself. He forged it out of a wrench. And it's a left-handed kiridashi. I said, well, I'll probably find a use for it. And here's a good use for it. Because if I'm going to use this with my right hand for marking, then the grind is, I think it's advantageously placed. You know, I'm going to leave a little room for error. Yep. That looks good. So now, to figure out, I'm not really sure whether I want to try and make that flush. I think not, because this blade is so slim this way. I don't think I'm going to try and flush it. I'll leave this a little wider and then I'll step it out onto the handle, I think, as well. Give you a little more to hold on to at the end of the day. So, about there. Oh. Kind of scuffed it, but I got my marks.